Hello gamers, role players. This is Null Inquisitor, and today I'll be not not do an unboxing video because the unboxing part already happened. There was wrappings to be removed and so on. So I'll be just taking my first peek inside Dungeon Fantasy from Steve Jackson Games, powered by GURPS, role-playing games, high fantasy. So I'm quite pleased to have finally received this product. It's overdue 6 months, I think, but it's a product of the Kickstarter model, so it should be of no surprise to have some delays here and there. Although I am a little bit surprised because Steve Jackson Games starts to have this experience with Kickstarter, but I feel the company is not like at a Montico Games or a Cobalt Press level using that tool to expand and produce RPG products. So we'll see in the future if they finally get the hang of it. But concerning this product, I'm quite pleased with the result. It looks like they finally did okay with the art. With these games derived from GURPS. Personally, I'm more about the content than the art, but I must say that art is a crowd pleaser, and there was this saying that we buy stuff with the eyes. So yeah, definitely it's a concern, or it's something to have in mind when you develop books and such. So this one here is a Dungeon Fantasy Companion. It's one of the stretch goals that happened here, I believe. So this book is about traps, tricks, magic items, and there's a scenario at the end: dungeon against the Ratman. So looks like fun. This one here was an add-on that I chose to have just because I'm a sucker for a Game Master screen. So this is my first peek of it. So I removed the little tape here. So there's a neat piece of cardboard. And here's the screen itself, plus some 2 little booklets. So this is a character creation cheat sheet, which is always a good thing in GURPS. Sorry, Dungeon Fantasy, of course. For those who were wondering what's the difference between GURPS and Dungeon Fantasy, there is none. It's the same game. The difference being that everything packaged in Dungeon Fantasy is ready to play a certain very popular and nearly universal type of role-playing experience, namely the high fantasy genre. So yeah, everything has been packaged for you and you're ready to go. So lots of charts, of course, when you create your character in any GURPS, powered by GURPS games. You spend a lot of times with your character at the beginning, but after that, as many games flow quite fluidly and quickly. So these are, if I'm not mistaken, pre-gens. So if you don't have the heart yet to to design your own character. You could play Harrison Happy Bad Apple, Halfling Thief, or Argua, the half-ogre barbarian. Yeah, so those are pre-gens. Pretty good. And the screen itself, let's see. So one type of cardboard I did not encounter yet. It seems to be a little bit tougher than the box itself. And I must say, I'm recognizing the tables here inside. It's a setup familiar to those who will have the GURPS Game Master screen, except this one is beautiful. This one is really well put, sturdy, have nice heart. So I think I have myself a brand new GURPS screen, not just for fantasy play. Binding seems to be okay. Alright, I'm quite pleased with this one. It almost set itself up without opening the panels. Like this. So, alright. So now the box itself, I'll try to be quick, but not so quick. So we have maps, of course. All GURPS games uses hexagons, X's. So this is good. Some punch-out minis. And it's kind of funny because I've purchased some Pathfinder minis using these types of cardboard, so I'll be able to use them with the Pathfinder one. Of course, the Pathfinder ones are a little bit bigger, and drawings are better quality. These are a little basic, but they'll do. For the job they have to do. I will guess that they provide every character that we have pre-gens for, and every monster in the little scenario. So inside I'm expecting at least 3 booklets. Let's see, 1 adventurers, 2 exploit, maybe 4 spells, monsters. Oh, I'm at 5 now. And yeah, 5 it's the scenario itself. Okay, 3 dice. The ones like Runeslinger will be jealous here because these 6-sided dice have a mysterious symbol on it. Yes. It's the logo of a Steve Jackson Games company. Yeah, so you would want to roll these 3. Excellent, new GURPS dice. Awesome. And these are a little stand for the minis. I think they will fit with the Pathfinder one. I pray they do, because that would be a shame to have a set of minis just for one game and not usable in other games. And I think that's it. Yeah. Box, of course, with some ads. GURPS ads, of course. Munchkin Pathfinder. It's kind of funny. Dungeon Fantasy being a competitor of Pathfinder, to find the logo of Pathfinder on the box. But hey, it's a small world and there's no really competition in RPG products. We all love games. So another look here at the scenario. I smell a rat. I will not open the scenario for spoiler reason. Just have a peek myself. Oh, it's pretty good. You can trust me on that. It's pretty good. Monsters. Who don't like a good book of monsters? It's kind of funny to have these stitched books. That's how they did it in the back in the days, in the first days of D&D before first edition. A lot of explanation about the monster stats and then the stats itself. As any Steve Jackson Games product, you will find some illustration, but sometimes you see here you have the corpse golem, so pretty self-explanatory. You see the monster, you see the stats. The stats are like laid out in a compact format, so you have the stats here and then following on the next page. But this guy over here, the Siuhakla, whatever that is, seems to be a skeleton. You will not find an image for it. So there's kind of a format for monster book, and I wish Steve Jackson Games had followed such a format, just for clarity, just for tradition. But as always, they try to pack as many stuff in each little book they do. So I mean, can we blame them? They've made a choice, and that's fine. But I would go like in another direction myself. A book of spell, probably a leaner version of the GURPS magic. So let's see. Realms of magic, clerical, of course, druidic, wizardly. Kind of tough to say. And yeah, different college of magic, from air, animal, body control, communication, empathy, right up to water and sound and weather spell. They look pretty compact. I mean, they're, I think, comparing to spells of 3.5, Pathfinder, even 5e, these spells are pretty clear. Yeah, excellent. Exploit. Now this is your adventuring book, so these are the rules to do stuff, to combat, to game master, to roll the dice, fight monsters, injuries and such. In many ways, this book is these three last or first are not stitched; they are glued binding. So they are more hefty. Pretty good quality paper, all in color. I was about to say, in many ways, these two books right here, Exploits and Adventurer, are like your GURPS Basic Set 1 and 2, but only for fantasy. So you don't have rules for spaceships and computers. Alright, and the last one, probably the one your players will delve into a lot, Adventurers, the book to create characters. So in a sense, it's very slim compared to D&D 5e or Pathfinder with its 500 pages tome. Very lean, but you'll probably be able to create any character you have in mind with just this little book of 120 pages. So a section about the basics of a character. Profession, that's like your class, I could compare it to. There's no really classes in GURPS, as you may know, but there are templates. For example, if I want to play a Barbarian, I will head to the Barbarian chapter here. I'll have 250 points to spend probably. So I have like a grocery list of things I might want to buy and cost just right next to it. So I'll need a piece of paper and some imagination, and I'll then go down the list and try to buy stuff for my Barbarian. And that's the same thing for the Druid, the Rogue, the Holy Warrior, Knight, and of course, being powered by GURPS, you can mix all these professions together. You want to play a Druid martial artist, you just have to look 2 pages and buy your stuff from it. Section about races. My guess is that they will provide the most popular races like the Catfolk, Dwarf, Elf, Gnome, Half Ogre, Half Orc, Halfling. That's it. But if you have a friend with literate in GURPS, you can pretty much create your own races. Maybe you can do it just with the core this book here, just by looking at how a race is created. They give you an attribute modifier, secondary characteristic modifier, advantages, disadvantages, sometimes skills, and there you go. So you have just to make a small list like this, listing everything you think is needed for your race, and you'll have a new race for your campaign in no time. So that was my first overlook or overview of the box set. So thanks for watching, and more videos about Dungeon Fantasy soon. Thanks for watching.